Hey everybody, Tony George, DocSports.com. Hump Day Update. We're going to walk through a handicap, much like an opening line report that we did in the NFL yesterday. You can tune into that and talk about these MAC games here on Wednesday because I have no interest in getting involved with them on a premium play level. We don't know what to expect. Now, other people at Docs or other places may have very strong opinions on this. My personal opinion is I agree to disagree with them because I don't think we know what we're going to get out of the MAC tonight. Kind of like what the election right now. I mean, what a debacle this has been, and we still don't know. Have a Pepsi and a smile on that one, huh? There's my endorsement sign. Anyway, bottom line is, we're going to do a wait and see approach with the MAC conference. 6 games scheduled. Unlike a lot of conferences like SEC, Alabama, Big Ten, Ohio State, Pac-12, USC, Utah, maybe Oregon, Big 12, Oklahoma, where there's one team that dominates the conference most years. The MAC is all over the board. It's who's ever better, this year. And it's a little bit of an interesting dichotomy. There's not the haves and the have-nots. Everybody's kind of equal, and anybody can beat anybody on any given day, that sort of thing. And you really want to see what kind of shakes out early in the season. Well, we're in November, and they're just starting their season. None of these schools had spring practices, so we'll get to these second. It looks like, we're going to do the NFL show, myself and Indian Cowboy today. I'll be out around 6 o'clock Central tonight. We'll break down 5 or 6 games in the NFL, picks, previews, opinions, raw and candid. We still have yet to name the show. Right now it's Tony's Time with me and Indian Cowboy. But we're using followers' suggestions for a name for the show. Tony's Tailgate, the TNA Report. A little bit racy, but that was Doc's TNA Report. How about, I mean, you guys have come up with some great names, and we're considering all of them. So just leave them in the comments section. That being said, the 49ers have shut down their facility. Looks like the game with Green Bay is not going to go off on Thursday night. You'll have college football, but COVID is running rampant right now throughout the country with the additional testing and, of course, all the testing protocols that these pro sports are going through on a daily and weekly basis. Unlike me and you might go get tested once if we've been contact traced or whatever, which I've had to do once. But at the end of the day, with that much testing and protocols in place, and the rise in this, it's going to wreak havoc on the sports season. It's going to continue to get worse, not better. Just based on what I've seen and read. And, I got to turn on 2 different news channels and get 2 different opinions and then figure out where the truth lies like everybody else out there. I don't just rely on one news source. If you do, you're stupid. But that being said, we still got MAC games on deck here. And I'll give you a small lean here. Let's look at these real quick. Ball State, Miami is a coin flip ball game. Miami opened up at 3. They're now -1, total 55.5. Interesting game here. Eastern Michigan, Kent State. There was a lot of value, I thought, on Eastern Michigan at +7. Now they're +4. Total dropped 3 points from 69.5 to 66.5. We'll talk about that. Western Michigan, Akron. I'm not willing to lay Akron's. I guess they've been probably the most consistently bad team in the MAC conference over the last 5 years. Terry Bowden was there for a while, and they're catching 20.5 at home tonight. I have no interest in that. Bowling Green, Toledo's laying 23.5, opened up at 18. Bowling Green, I believe, upset them last year as like a 20-some point underdog. Toledo expected to be one of the leaders in the clubhouse at the end of the season, and Buffalo, another leader in the clubhouse in the season, taking on Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois used to dominate this conference, and now they don't. And the value's gone. I like Buffalo at 9 there because they got a good team coming back and they're well coached. But now they're up to 13.5, 14. Still, there's 92% of the people willing to lay the 14 here, or clear 14 to cover the spread in this game. And then probably the best game of all the games tonight, Frank Solich taking on Jim McElwain, Ohio, Central Michigan. Ohio's been one of the more consistently good teams since Solich got there. McElwain, came from Colorado State, but he was Florida for a year or two, got fired for whatever reason, couldn't get along with the AD, and he was, I believe, an offensive coordinator with Nick Saban. And he took the Chippewas to the championship game last year, and then they lost that, and they lost a bowl game. Didn't finish strong, but that probably looks to be one of the better games on the board. But speaking of good coaches, you can't overlook Chris Creighton. Chris Creighton is a coach of Eastern Michigan. He is a great underdog coach. Last 18 games as an underdog, 15-2-1 against the spread, 8 straight up outright upsets as an underdog. Amongst that 15-2-1 ATS record there, Eastern Michigan catching 4 here. A small lean tonight. They got a trio of wide receivers coming back. They got a good running game. They got a quarterback stepping in that filled in last year. Last game he had over 360 yards when he did start. I think 3 TDs. And I'm going to go ahead and give Eastern Michigan a small lean on the road at Kent State, plus the 4 tonight. In MAC Conference Football. NFL show with Indian Cowboy up later today. Back at you tomorrow. Full football report. Some rapid fire free picks coming in. Those went undefeated last week. We'll throw out 2 or 3 more again this week. Big doings upcoming here on Thursday for football, and a huge rebound in the NFL for you this week. And we're going to keep college football. Looks like about a 5-game card with another top play. So right now we're doing the write-ups right now. Going to be a dog type of Saturday, it looks like. Be sure to stay tuned.